streaming. All right, let me see. Can I start back up again? Will it come back? All right, can you hear me now? Let me see. Okay, good. Yay. Oh, I thought I was going to have to stop the stream and start the stream, but I just, I had to stop my OBS and turn my OBS back on. I'm so sorry. Thank you for waiting. So what I was saying earlier is something came up last minute and I have to leave at 1:45 to go meet my daughter somewhere. So I'm sorry that I screwed up my audio. I forgot to plug in the little thing. I have like 13 things I have to plug in to get my little streams going here, but now, yeah, you can hear me and I can see you, so we're good. Well, I can't see you, but you can see me and you can hear me, so yay. All right, so what I was saying, oh, my sound keeps coming and going. I don't know why it's doing that. My little microphone friend here. Let me put it right in front of my face. All right, so I hope you can hear me. I hope everything's good now. So I'm working on this, and what I'm realizing is I started evaluating my pleats after I, put it on my ditto form. And some of the pleats weren't making me happy because I felt like they were fighting. So like, for example, I took off this section. I literally just cut it out, right? And I think you can, let me put it on the table and show you here. I feel like it's fighting or, kind of, like it's not draping nicely from the waist. And actually, before I show you that, let me just stop and say hi to everybody. Hi, Barbara, Janie, Victoria, Pat, Elizabeth, Carla, and Janie. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you putting up with my little audio issue. Happy Friday. I'm going to switch to my table here and I'm going to show you. I want to get like really close here. I'm going to blow out the light a little bit so you can see. And so what I was noticing when I put the skirt on my ditto form is that some of the pleats, they don't fall nice to the hem. So when you're laying them on the table, like you can see here, this looks okay laying flat, but when I hold it up, it's almost like, see, like right here, there's no gathers. Like it just looked yucky to me because the fullness isn't transferring to the hem. So one of the things I want to say about this is I think knits really need, more fullness up here to allow it to fall better. It acts differently than, sheer fabric that the original skirt was made out of. So, I've been sort of playing with this and replaying with it. But I do want to point out, if you're working on the skirt and you realize there's a section of it you don't like, you don't have to spend a lot of time taking it out. You can literally just cut it out. You can see here, I literally cut, I cut this section out and took it out. And then what I did was, I'm going to show you, I had already put my serger away and I didn't want to grab my serger back. So to sew the pieces back together, let me show you what I did. I'm going to have to find it, but it'll be near the hem, so I'll be able to find it relatively quickly. All right, so see, right here, you can see there's a little seam right here. I'm going to zoom in so you can see it. Let me make it a little bit lighter. Okay, so basically I put right sides together and I just sewed it as a little seam. And because knits don't ravel, I then trimmed it. See, it's right here. And then I trimmed it short. And then I just zigzagged it from the top to hold it flat. So now you can see I have if I hold it up, you can see the fullness at the hem. That's what I want you to notice here. See, I like the hat to have equal fullness at the hem like this. So I hope you can see that. So that's what I was struggling with. And actually, I spent a lot more time fussing with it than I had intended. So that's why I'm a little behind my schedule here. Hi, Martina from Germany. I have another German friend that comes sometimes. Maybe she'll stop in. Her name is Sylvia. So that's fun. Thank you for joining. So again, this is the skirt I'm working on from Threads Magazine. And if you can see in the background here, you almost can't unsee this. This is my new ditto form. And I did an unboxing video last Monday. Oh no, I'm sorry, last Friday when I couldn't be here, I posted this instead because I was busy teaching my semi-private fitting classes. But I just want to show you here, like, look at this belly. See this right here? That is me. I have that exact shape. I measured myself. I measured here. I measured here. I measured here. I measured all, like, several places along my ditto form. And then I measured my body. Guess what? I'm within 1/4 of an inch of every measurement. So I am super excited about this. And what I want to show you is having a form that is your measurement. Now, the one thing I did not do yet is mark my waist. So I'm just going to put it somewhere here for now. I mean, you can see I really don't have a defined waist. But what I want to show you is I was playing with this. And that's when I was noticing I wasn't liking some of the pleats, because I can see it hanging, on my form like this. But what I noticed was, if you look from the side view, having a body double is super helpful because I had originally had the skirt lower like this. And you can see when I lower it, see how it cups my belly? Like it literally cups it, right? But then when I raised it up a little bit higher, so there's more of the skirt on the top of my belly before it goes underneath. You can see that it, now it looks flatter. So it's not cupping my belly. So I thought that was a really interesting, use for my ditto form. And of course, I'm not going to have my waist way up here. I'm going to have to cut some of this off so I can put a waistband and have it lower. But, my point is, I really am so excited about this ditto form because when I say it is exactly my shape, it is exactly my shape. So I'm very excited about that. Because I started fussing with these, cutting out sections. So like this was a section I thought I didn't like. So I took it out, sewed pieces together. I'm just going to bring this in and show you. I'm going to just show you a little bit more sewing here. Let me just switch my view again. So right now what I'm doing is I'm working on sewing a new section to add in because I cut off a section and now I don't have enough to go around anymore. So let me just get this better so you can see. So I am just gonna finish sewing these. I'm gonna pop it together and I'm gonna hope I have enough length to go around. And then I'm going to finish this up. So I apologize. I feel just a little discombobulated today because, I had to change what I'm doing today. But basically, I'm just going to finish pleating this. And if you don't care to watch me do this because I did this, 2 weeks ago, that's fine. I'm so sorry. But I just want to do this. But what I want to show you here is, let me just show you from the side. I think laying it down and directing your pleats straight down for a good, foot or 12 inches is what I have here. I think that's going to create pleats that hang nicer because what I'm noticing is the knit fabric really acts differently than the sheer fabrics from the original skirt. And I think that's why I'm struggling. Hey, Polly. So Polly is asking me, do you know why the sections you removed did not hang right? They didn't hang right because they came in they were sort of angled Like you can see right here, see how these pinch together? These are pinched together. And then here I made these little pleats right here. There's just little pleats. And then when you get to the bottom, it's just a flat piece of fabric. Like these little pleats I made up here don't translate into fullness at the hem. And I just felt like it looked yucky. So that's why I'm redoing sections, because I want the fullness around the hem to look, you know, a little bit uniform, not exact, but a little bit. Hey, Mary, welcome. Oh, hey, Judy. Hello. So I'm just giving myself a new section here. I switched my thread to black. I knew it, but then I noticed it was really showing that I was using like a dark navy instead of black. So I switched my thread to black, and I'm just going to stitch these down. I also want to point out that the original skirt to sew down the pleats, because they were fused onto the interfacing in the article that the article I wrote and the original project idea, the pleats were then sewn horizontally. Like I sewed across it horizontally, and I didn't have to worry about it not being stretchy because it was a fitted, facing that you fit onto you. But in this case, I want it to stretch onto me. So that's why I'm sewing this way. And I think that might be causing part of my problem. All right, and I have not done a cool tool on these yet, but these forked, double pins from Taylor Seville are amazing. Because they're a little bit bent, they don't fall out as easily. I'm really enjoying working with them. I don't know if you can see them better. All right, so I just have two more, and then I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna join this together. All right, I just have one more, and then I'm gonna sew this to my main skirt piece, and let's see if we have enough. Okay, so I'm just gonna shut my machine off and unplug it so I can move it out of the way for a second. I'm just gonna push it back because I'm gonna use it in a minute. All right. Okay. All right, so let's look at this. I think I'm pretty pleased with the way the rest of this is hanging. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this piece, and if I marry it onto this side right here, then it may be possible. I may get out my serger actually and sew this one on with the serger, like I'm joining two strips. So why don't I just do that, and then let's see if it wraps around my ditto form now, and then I'll be able to show you the next step. Okay, so let me just get this. I'm all set up and ready to go for this. All I have to do is turn it on and just stitch these together. Okay. Is anybody working on a skirt? All right, so I'm just going to lay this. So I'm laying them together. I'm going to put wrong sides together because I want the flat lock to be on the outside. So I'm laying them together so the flat lock is face up. If you can see that. Let me just get this so this is, make sure it's really sharp. Here we go. All right, so I'm just going to stitch these two sections together. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll have to do a pleat. We'll see. I think I probably will. But let's just, so if you remember, I'm using the flat lock stitch. Which I still have set up. And of course, that's why I haven't sewn my shorts together yet, because I was still using my flat lock stitch. Okay. I think I'm going to be happier with the way this looks now. Okay. All right, let me move this out of the way. It's not my dream to move my equipment back and forth like this. I have to figure out a better system. Okay, let me just put this down the floor for now. All right. So let's look at where I joined it. All right, so we can see where I joined it. I'm just going to show you. Okay, so where I joined it is right here. So I'm just going to flatten it out like this. Oh no, it's not. Hold on. It's got to be on the other side. Hold on. Is it here? Okay, so it's not there. Nope. So it's hard to tell. Everything blends in. Oh, it's definitely right here. So here you can see. Oh, you know what I did? Look at, I am so brilliant. The reason why I can't see. Hey, Cheryl, welcome. Okay, you're watching a master at work here today. So what I did was I sewed the waist side to the skirt side. So I didn't check that. So in order to do a neat fix for that, what I'm going to do here is I'm literally going to cut my tail short. Honestly, this is what happens when you try to rush. I'm going to add some more light into my life. Okay, sorry about that. I just need to see what I'm doing. I'm going to just quickly loosen these threads. So if you pull the needle thread, watch how fast I can take this out. So I have my needle thread in my hand. I'm literally just going to pull it out. And see, as I'm pulling it out, I can literally take the seam out. So what is that an example of? That's an example of never sew in your lap. If you're matching things up or lining things up to sew together and you've got them crunched up in your lap, you really can't see what you're doing and you might sew them upside down like I just did. So I took the needle thread out and this is like magic. Look at this. I want to show you. So took the needle thread out. Now watch this. All the threads literally just pull away now, see? So I don't have any little bits of thread that I need to get rid of. I can just flip this around and put it back on. So there you are. Okay. So here's my skirt. Here's the waist here. Here's my extra piece that I was trying to sew on, and I need it to be, right? I need it to be, here's the waist, top of the pleats. So I'm going to pick them up and I'm going to put them wrong sides together like this, so I can then sew these the proper way. So that would be what not to do. If you're going to cut them apart and sew them back together, make sure the waist edges are with the waist edges. I feel a little bit like a ding dong that I did that, but also we fixed it. So I guess it's a good thing I didn't really put my serger away, because now I can just fix it. Okay. All right, so getting back to this, let me see if I can get a little bit of a better view here for you. Okay. So I pinned my skirt together so I won't screw it up. I am just going to serge this back on so it is correct. And then we're going to see if it fits around my ditto form. And the good news is, if it fits around my ditto form, it's going to fit around me. I can't even begin to tell you how closely my ditto form matches my shape right now. Like it truly is my body double. I am so excited. I mean, I didn't even get upset looking at it. And I mentioned that because when my first ditto form came, I burst into tears because I was like, oh my God, that's not me. Of course, I measured myself and it was me. But this time, I am in happy Jennifer shape. So I know what my shape is, and I'm happy to have a ditto form that is my shape. All right, so let me just sew this. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm going to put this on my ditto form now. So let's see if we are, I'm going to move this guy out of the way. Okay. All right, so let's see what we're working with now. I'm going to bring this a little bit closer here so you can see. I can turn it more. Okay, so let me just wrap this around and let's see where we are. I think I'm going to be good now in terms of having enough. Okay, you can see I have plenty. I've got like a good 4 extra inches. So what that means is, let's take it down now and look at how I have to just make another pleat to camouflage where I sewed it together. Okay. Okay, so see right here, this is the seam that I sewed, and you can see it definitely needs to be pleated. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pleat one here. And again, I'm going to keep it so until it's almost to the bottom, because I really want it to fall nicely at the bottom. Like I want it to have a nice drape. So this one, I'm going to pleat this one right up against the seam I just sewed, like this. I'm just going to hold it like 2/3 of the way down. I'm going to stitch this one 2/3 of the way down. So it's like this. Okay, so I got to sew that. And then I'm going to do another one right here. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to pleat it to here. So I'm going to kind of close up that big gap I have of unpleated fabric. And then I think I'm going to be good to go here. I mean, this isn't an exact science kind of skirt that I'm making, but if you made all of your strips a consistent width, stitched them together, and then pleated the strips from sewn edge to sewn edge to sewn edge to sewn edge, then it would look more uniform. I'm trying to make it a little bit artsy. So there's my things. Let me just see. Oh, Victoria says a dress form that is your body sure makes it easier to fit yourself, and you can always also see how it's going to look on you. I've lost some inches, so I need to alter my bootstrap form. Yes. Oh, you know what? I came in my email today. They now have children's dress forms, which I thought was kind of cool. Thought that was cool. I was at the at Michael's tailor shop last weekend teaching my semi-private fitting classes. They really went so well. We had such a wonderful time. I have to say, like, magic happens when you spend a whole day with somebody doing something you both love. It was such a nice experience for everyone involved. I feel super grateful about that. And I'm looking forward to my pants workshop, which I'm happy to say is basically full. There are two more spaces, but there are 8 people signed up now. So I'm super excited for that. And yeah, so I'm excited. All right, so see what I'm going to do here. I'm literally going to just sew down these 2 pleats, and then I'm going to, oops, I want to go to my zigzag stitch here, like a little narrow zigzag. All right, let me just get back up here. All right. You know, I also was thinking about it. The farther down the pleats go, the more the fabric is tripled up, which makes it less see-through. So that's the other reason why, carrying these pleats down past my butt level will be a little more camouflage. Or it'll just make it a little less see-through. I mean, I'm going to have black shorts on underneath. Oh, DIYer Girl says, Jennifer, I pick up tips on your live sessions. Glad I could make it today. Oh, yeah, so you're busy watching me screw up. Oh, Mary says, looking forward to seeing you in 3 weeks. I know, Mary. I'm so excited to meet you in person. You've been following along with me for such a long time. I feel like I already know you. And I feel like that about a lot of you already. So, I'm very excited to meet you in person. Hi, Connie. How are you? Now, I know Connie because she used to live up near me and she used to come to Manchester Sewing. She says, I went to Trisha's workshop and gave your name to lots of people to watch you. Oh, Connie, thank you so much. That's really what it's all about, word of mouth. And I love Trisha. I love her, love her, love her. I am so excited about Pattern Con. I'm going to be teaching at Pattern Con. She is wonderful. All right. Okay, let me just see here. And actually, Trisha told me that you were spreading J Stern Designs love at the workshop. So that was very nice of you. Thank you. All right, let me push this back so I have room. Okay, let's just look at it really close flat, and then I'm going to put it back on the dress form. I mean, see, what you're doing is you're really creating a fabric. You know what I mean? Like, it just creates a fabric by pleating it up, like almost a different fabric. I mean, it's still one piece of fabric, but, I like the way it looks with all of this black flat locking. I think it's going to be very cool. Connie says, looking forward to Pattern Con. I hope to take a class with you. Yay. Well, I hope so too, Connie. It'll be really good to catch up with you. All right. Let me go to my face camera. All right, let me move this girl out of the way. Boop. All right, let me just see something here. All right. Okay, so let me just get this around. Uh-oh. All right, so it fits around the waist, but because I'm sewing it down so far, like I'm not releasing the pleats. Let me just see if I pin it all the way, what it's going to look like here. So if I pin it here, let me see if I can pin it shut. I might need to add a couple more panels in here. Hold on. I mean, it is designed to stretch, so if it stretches and it looks nice, then I'm going to be fine with it, but I might want to add. And of course, you know I'm going to be wearing a tank top or something on it that will cover this much, right? So it's not going to really show the top, but so it does fit. I mean, I don't want it to be loose. I do want it to be fitted. Let me just pin it all the way down and see. But I just wanted to sort of give you a really good visual. This is the perfect opportunity for me to show you how cool it is to have a dress form that actually is you. Okay. All right, so let me just, I'm going to tip the camera down a little bit so you can see it all the way. Let me see if I can bring it a little bit closer. All right, so, you know, I think I like the way that looks, so I think I'm happy now. And see, this was really very, really telling to me, like when I looked at it from the side profile, how I could sort of camouflage my tummy by hiking it up a little. Now, of course, I'm not going to want my waistband right under my bosom like this, right? So I'm going to have to trim some of this off. Okay, let me just see. All right, so I'm going to have to carefully decide how much I'm going to lose here. I think I'm going to put it on my actual body before I decide. But basically what I have left to do here now is I'm going to sew this seam shut, and I'm probably going to do it on the serger, and then I'm going to get my shorts sewn together and I'm going to marry them together with the waistband. So unlike the article and threads where the facing finishes the edge, I'm going to put a yoga pants waistband on this. Mary says she would add another panel. You're going to have a shorts under there. Yeah, I know. I may. I do have a couple more. Strips that I can maybe just like one or two more. And I can always take it off of here. You know what I mean? Like I could. Maybe I'll make like a little wedge so it's a little bit narrower at the top and it flares out a little bit at the hem. Keep that in mind. You can, if you've got a really defined waist, you can make wedge-shaped strips instead of, you know, strips that are all 3 inches all the way down. You can have it be 3 inches at the top, blend to 4 inches at the hem, some of them, and that will help make a smaller measurement around the waist and a wider measurement at the hem. So, oh, and right, you know what? I do like my skirts to be a little bit looser than my shorts because I don't like the skirt pressing down on the shorts. So Mary is right. I probably will add another, you know, panel, but you can see, I think this is going to be a really cool spring skirt. I don't know how comfortable it'll be in the hot summer though, because it is nylon mesh. So I think for like a breezy spring skirt where it's still not boiling hot out, this is going to be fun. So maybe I'll wear it to the pants fitting workshop one of the days. You can see it in person, Mary. Let me just stop and say hi to Crystal. Crystal Sews, hello from Hickory, North Carolina. And then Victoria says your sound system is still a bit off. The times your lips moving and no sound. Huh. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I always have audio gremlins. The other issue is I'm trying to figure out how to anchor my webcam, which is currently on the top of my laptop, which I need sort of as my control center so I can see you guys, see your comments, and then, you know, comment back, and then also see what I'm doing. So if I can put my webcam somewhere else, not on my laptop, then every time I shake my table, I wouldn't be shaking your view. So that's the other thing. I'm working on a bunch of things here. I'm trying to streamline my presentation stuff here. So, but anyway, okay. So I mentioned at the beginning today that I have to sign off early because I have to go meet my daughter at 2 o'clock. It came up last minute, so I told her I would meet her. So it's nothing seriously bad or anything, but you know, she wants me to come with her to an appointment. So I'm going to be doing that. So I might as well just end now because I'm at a good ending spot. But I promise you for next week, I will have a finished Skort, and then I will be able to show you how I finished it instead of trying to finish it during Fab Fit Friday. So I would be adding another panel, probably, maybe a couple more pleats. I'm going to trim off the extra on the top along the waist, and then I'm going to add the shorts underneath, and then I'm going to put them together like I'm finishing a knit Skort. So I'll have the skirt, the shorts, and then I'll make a knit waistband on top. Oh, Barbara says, thank you for your time and expertise. Oh, that's my pleasure. So thank you for watching me like make ding dong mistakes, like sewing the waist side up to the hem side. That was really fun. Oh, Connie says the sound is okay there too, and so does Mary. Thank you for telling me that. What did I want? I wanted to say something else. Oh, if you're on my Instagram, Threads Magazine shared my master pants fitting class yesterday on their Instagram, and then they collaborated with me. So there's a little fun, they did like a fun voiceover showing some of the class details. And then if you use THR35 as a coupon code, you can always get 35% off any Threads online learning course. So whether it's my pants class, or if you want to take something from Kenneth King, or Pamela Leggett has some serger classes, and Katrina has some classes on wool and silk. I think they have a Claire Schaefer bundle right now, if you want to take advantage of that, or Louise Cutting has a class. There's a lot of really good classes on there. There are a few other ones I'm not thinking of, but always know that if you're looking at the e-learning classes and they're not offering a sale, I'm pretty sure all the time, THR35 will give you 35% off the class, and that's a really good value. Plus, now they are they're lifetime access. They're not just for a year, so that's kind of cool. So if anyone was thinking about doing that, just use that coupon code when you register for a class. It doesn't even need to be my pants class, but I think I caught on to the fact that, you know, they do offer that almost all the time, and so I don't really promote my affiliate link anymore because I only give $20 off, or $25 off. So it's better to use their discount code than mine. Mary says, will you straighten the hem first before cutting off the waist area? That's a good question, Mary. I think, I don't know, it's pretty straight. It looks like it's pretty parallel to the floor the way it is. I'm going to have to really, I'll see if you see. Let me see if I can show you. So, I mean, it is pretty straight, you can see. So I'm just going to have to see what's happening over here. I probably will take an uneven amount off here to get it to sit where I want around my waist. But the hem seems like it's pretty good. I'm not going to hem it. I'm just going to tack all of the seams so they don't come unsewn. I'm just going to let it be, you know, soft and ruffly. So that's how I'm going to finish that. So I am excited. I'm pretty happy with it now. It took a little bit, and I had to do some rework, but I'm happy with it now. So Connie says, I am not on Instagram too much, but how do I get you on there? If you're on any platform and you put in J Stern Designs, I come up. So Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, those are the ones I do. I don't do X. I didn't do Twitter. Like, I just don't understand Twitter or X, so I'm not on there really. I mean, I do have one on there, but I haven't put anything on there in a long time. But basically, it's a fun little video because you can see the 3 women that I worked with during the class, and some of the things, it's quick, but I mean, it's like a 30-second voiceover, showing some of the things from the class. So it is kind of fun. Won't you have to fix the waistline before cutting the hem? Well, so this is so short, right? I don't want to lose any length that I don't have to lose. Now remember, I am going to be putting like a 2-inch waistband on here. So whatever I cut off to get it to hang so it's not cupping my belly, because remember, if I pull it down, see how it accentuates my belly? So I do need to keep it up here to keep my belly more camouflaged. Once I get it the way I like it and I trim, I'm going to make sure that the hem is parallel to the floor, but I don't anticipate having to really touch the hem that much because it is pretty straight. So, but I'll be, I'm going to really try to be modeling it for you on my body with the shorts on and with everything finished. And then I'll talk about all the things I did to get it all finished. Yeah, and we'll be starting a new project next week. So there you go. All right. So that's my report. It's now 1:15, so I have to sign off. But I want to thank everybody for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. That makes me nuts. It looks crooked. Let me just get it so it looks like it's hiked up all the way to my boobs, like when I look at it in the screen. But anyway, so I will see you guys next week. And I want to thank everyone for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. Yeah, and I'm going to go now. So thank you. And I'll see you again next Friday. And I'll have Fit Tip Tuesday and cool tools as well. So there you are. So thank you for following along with me. And yeah, have a nice weekend. Bye.